Oh, well, hello everybody. Where are you all? Crazy Russian Dead here. I like Facebook. It says you're alive. I know I'm alive. And they're building an audience for me. I mean, this is like Mark Zuckerberg. I talk to you every Saturday. I mean, now second Saturday in a row, and I love this. Okay, welcome to the Good Morning Fanatics show with Crazy Russian Dead. Okay, it's like Good Morning America, but it's Good Morning Fanatics, and I have my own music too. Like, check this out. Yeah. Can you hear the music? I have my own special effects. I have a green screen. We're in show business, people. We're in show business, okay? So anyhow, this is the second installment of a Good Morning Fanatics show with Crazy Russian Dead. I am sorry I didn't give people like heads up that I will be doing it because I was not sure I would do it. I was not sure I would do this. This is a weekly program, and this is the second time we're doing it, okay? So let me tell you what we're gonna do. We have, an agenda, like a normal program, okay? I'm gonna tell you what's new with Crazy Russian Dead. And then we'll do news, like what's new in the world out there. We'll cover weather, okay? Like what's going on in the weather world. A Russian word of the day. I know you love that. For a few of you who, don't speak Russian, I will teach you an important word today or two. We'll have a word from sponsors. I'm now sponsored, like a gross YouTuber that I am, okay? And then we'll do something very special towards the end. I have a surprise for you, so please don't go away. How long we're gonna do this, I don't know. It's kind of up to you and up to me how inspiration will go. Yes, Tatiana says, good morning from California. Tatiana, I'm so glad you woke up early to watch Crazy Russian Dead. So anyhow, people, it's Thanksgiving's weekend, okay? What does that mean? That means I consumed like 200 pounds of food. We actually, let me tell you about my Thanksgiving. That's like what's new with Crazy Russian. By the way, can you see me okay? Like, it's not like I have a studio, but show business. So anyhow, Thanksgiving. I think it's an American holiday. I don't know if they do it anywhere else. So if you're watching from other countries, you will probably learn a thing or two. So we hosted this year. What does it mean to host? It sounds like you're hosting the Olympics. And it's just as complicated. Just minus the prestige and minus the money and minus the stadiums. Okay, but I felt like Jacques Rogue, like welcome fellow athletes and ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, so we had like a ton of relatives. It was horrible. Not horrible, but like family came. It was very anti-Semitic. Very anti-Semitic. Not anti-Semitic. Anti-symmetric, asymmetrical. What I mean is, I have only my parents, like my mother and my father, okay? But my wife has the whole tribe of like her own relatives, okay? And it creates a little bit of issues because my parents feel outnumbered. They come, there's just two of them. But my wife's relatives, there's like 5 billion of them, and they all came. I like them. I mean, I have nice relatives, okay? But it creates a little bit of tensions. And they all like married or boyfriended and girlfriended Americans. So it's a madhouse. It's a madhouse. Oh yeah, another reason why it's a madhouse is because, like Russians cannot just have what's the word? Russians cannot just have a quiet evening, like just eat food and converse. No. They must give speeches. Long, important speeches. Like somebody will get up and like speak for 5 minutes. But because like there's various American husbands, wives, boyfriends, whatever, they insist that it's translated from their mother tongue of Russian. Okay, so like for 5 minutes they're delivering an important speech, sharing wisdoms with grandchildren. They insist grandchildren at the table. And then they insist that somebody translates it. So it feels like a freaking weird plenary session in the United Nations. They're like, oh yeah, not just translating, okay? They're listening to what the translator says, and then they try to correct. No, Fira, no, yeah, that's not what I said. Я сказала, long live America, love everybody. Okay, and then other relatives, you know, not to be outdone, they too jump in and they too start correcting the translator, the interpreter. You know, it's a complete insanity. So every speech takes like, I don't know, easily 20 minutes. And then all throughout, like children. And by the way, when I say children, this is not like some abstract children. We're talking my children and a couple of cousins and stuff. And so they're sitting like this. Okay, like literally, like this is the kind of look you get where, I don't know, like you go for routine cleaning to your dentist, and the dentist says, I'm very sorry, you need 12 root canals, we're gonna do them all right now, and we have run out of Novocaine, okay? Like this is the kind of look that my children have. So it's completely insane. Like this whole Russian speech is crazy. Now, my older boy, the evil teenager, he got sick, okay? Like just sort of, that's what happens. Normal Jewish child gets sick on an important holiday. And now, mind you, he was too sick to join us at the table, but not too sick to play video games for 18 hours. I hope he's not watching my program, or more importantly, my wife does not watch this program as I'm transmitting live, okay? Because I will get crap, because she'll say, well, why are you telling everybody these details, okay? I don't know. Anyhow, so he did not join us, but we still had fun. Teenagers are evil. You know, like how I feel about teenagers. No teenagers in Soviet Russia. Oh yeah, what else happened? I told you about the asymmetrical situation. Apparently, my parents are very afraid of the dogs. I did not know that, okay? So, but the other cousin, you know, the one who married an American, they also have this dog, you know, nice American dog, like 170-pound, giant black Labrador, okay? It's the size of a lошадь Przhevalskого. Sorry, like, what do you call it? Like a small horse, basically, okay? And just as scary. And also, like, yeah, and it growls and howls like a freaking werewolf. You know what a werewolf is? Like on full moon, they transform. Unbelievable. So, but my parents, they were so not expecting this giant black dog that they freaked out. Apparently, my mother, I never knew that, but when she was like little in school, she was doing a cross-country race, and the dog ran after her, and she had to run an extra mile. Okay. And I think something's falling down. My green screen is falling. Okay, like as you can see, I'm still working on production. So my mother apparently got chased by a dog, had to run extra 3 miles, and posted the record time. She almost made it 1972 Olympics in, I don't know, Montreal or something. My father simply was bited by the dog. Or is it beat? I don't know. But she beat his hand. And so the two of them started screaming once they saw this giant black dog, to the extent that they had to restrain the dog and the American husband downstairs, okay, like in the basement where I'm sitting now in my Porsche studio. Okay, so but the dog like almost chewed through my LG 54-inch TV. It still works, but with tooth marks and everything. So, but I like Thanksgiving. It's nice. And then there's Black Friday, and then the morning after you can like eat, like, you know, all day breakfast. It's like, and what I mean by that is not like you can have omelette anytime. No, by that I mean you eat all day starting morning. Okay, and I forgot to tell you, we finished the night by watching the movie called Elf, or maybe The Elf. You've seen it with Will Ferrell. Yes, Will Ferrell. Have you seen this movie? It's awesome. It's really great. Like, I was crying. It's about Christmas spirit and love and family. It's like, I'll tell you, like, it's just one more reason why Christians have it easier than the Jews. You have this Santa Claus, like, with all this paraphernalia. Like, he's got the sled and the reindeer and the, I don't know, like the elves and the workshops and stuff like that. And the whole movie about Santa and elves, okay? But Jews have what? Jews don't have a Hanukkah movie. Like, what are you going to make? Like, the dreidel? And then the return of the dreidel? Oh, I mean, do you know the dreidel song, by the way? Check this out.
Dry and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh,
Anyway, so the dreidel, not very popular. What are you gonna make a movie about the dreidel spinning and then the revenge of the dreidel? You know, they say Jews own Hollywood, but I would argue that no, they would not. They do not own anything. Like they didn't even make the movie about the dreidel. Maybe it's up to crazy Russian dad to make a movie on Hanukkah. Anyhow, so people. So that concludes the what's new in my life. Let's look at the world news. Okay, and we're starting, I guess, with sad news. Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro passed away at the ripe old age of 90. You know who Fidel Castro is? He's a former leader in Cuba, you know, revolutionary. He knew Che Guevara. You know, this is the guy in green uniform, and he always smoked a cigar. Very iconic. Okay, by the way, they say smoking is bad. This guy made it to 90 years old, outlived 11 American presidents and the whole of the Soviet Union. But when your time is up, your time is up. But he put his fingerprints, good or bad, I will leave it to God to judge, you know, on the book of history. Closer to home, I found out from my special correspondent called The Google that United States Secret Services is considering moving into the Trump Tower. Did you know that? You know we have a new president. That's been maybe in the news, maybe you missed it. We have a new president Donald Trump. Yes, but anyhow, so special services or whatever they're called, they are thinking of moving into the Trump Tower to protect him. And you know how much it costs, one unit, one floor in the Trump Tower? It costs $1.5 million. Okay, so it's a bargain. Taxpayers' money at work, right there, right there. By the way, if you're in New York, people, like if you're in the bodyguarding business of some, if you're like special forces and stuff, you know, you could work for the next president. I mean, he's selecting not just his cabinet, he's selecting new bodyguards, special services. By the way, my дядя Женя, uncle Женя, I think he can protect the president all by himself. He lives in Brooklyn. If Mr. Elect Trump, in case you're watching the show, my uncle Женя in Brooklyn, he can protect you. I'm telling you. I mean, Russians love you. Okay, so in Brooklyn, in fact, like forget this posh Trump Tower. You should move into Brighton Beach. I mean, you'll be like the most loved, protected guy in America. And you'll get unlimited supplies of like Russian food as well. Okay, speaking. See, when I'm trying to speak fast in English, I make mistakes. So, in other news, Steven Seagal, you know Steven Seagal, he got Russian passport. No joke. President Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin personally gave him his passport. Steven Seagal is kind of awesome. Like, I especially liked him. He's a butt-kicking kind of guy, manly. In the, you know, the movie Marked for Deaths, you know, what he fights with, like, Jamaican gangs. I wonder what Steven Seagal's Russian name is going to be now. Like, Steven is like Stefan. It's like Stepan Seagalov. There you go. Stepa. Like, I wonder if Vladimir Putin calls him Stepa. So people, like next time you meet Steven Seagal, if he ever comes back to America, you can call him Stepa. But can you believe this? Like President Putin himself gave him his passport. By the way, in other news, President Putin, I am not joking, told at some event in Russia that Russia's borders do not end anywhere. Let's listen to the president. Okay, I will play a clip. This is President Putin speaking in Russian. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, fanatics? Okay, here you go. President Putin. Could you hear that? Okay, границы России нигде не заканчиваются, which can be translated loosely and scarily as the borders of Russia do not end. Okay, and he meant it as a joke, of course, but whole of NATO, like, I don't know, they raised their, I don't know, rockets, launchers or something like that, I don't know, like they got scared, okay? They needed new underwear change. I think he was joking, but of course, a couple of years ago, that same President Putin said that they will protect all the Russians no matter where they live in the world. And I wonder if what they mean is like anybody who speaks Russian. So people, if you want to be loved and protected, study Russian, okay? Because then you might get protection from Mr. Putin himself, okay? That's the news that should do it for us. Like if I had like people here in the audience, I would say yes, thank you, good. Okay, next, weather, okay? Weather nice, but fog. Not smog and not mist, but fog. I like that word, fog. It's foggy. By the way, speaking of fog, there is a fog museum in Boston. It's spelled with a G, G, fog, G. My wife once tried to say into Siri, we were driving in the car with children, she said into Siri, I want to go to the fog museum. Okay, that's what she said. But Siri, not too many people are asking F-O-G-G museum. And Siri decided that my wife wants to go to the, the other F museum. And she said, naughty, naughty, that museum is in Amsterdam. And then the children just like died there. So be careful, especially if your English is not Russian. I mean, not your English is not Russian. What am I saying? If your English is not your favorite language, not favorite, native language, be careful saying fog museum. Okay? Anyway, that was weather. I know that I should talk about some cold front moving through this and global warming and stuff, but I'm not good at the weather. I mean, that's a weaker part of my program, I would say. So, am I still live, by the way? Like, is anybody even there? I don't know. Next section, my favorite section these days is word from sponsors. Yes, people, I now have a sponsor. You know what that means? That means somebody actually thought I was cool enough to give me money. You know David Beckham? Yeah, David Beckham, the good-looking gentleman who used to play football, maybe still plays somewhere. He has a lifetime contract with Adidas. By the way, it's Adidas, not Adidas, okay? Because Adolf. Anyway, but that's a separate point. So $160 million. My contract is not with Adidas and not 160 million. My contract is with the people. See how cool I was prepared. With people that make pickles and tomatoes called zakuson. Okay, they're the makers of Russian food. So just to give you a taste, I have a fork right here. We're gonna try it together, you and me. I wonder if you can learn how to kiss by eating the tomatoes. Do they teach that at schools? Like, anyhow, if you like pickles or if you want to learn how to kiss, like sexual education. Not very sexual. By the way, this is a family channel, but stick with zakuson. Next time you're at the Russian store, sort of you want to eat the tomatoes, ask for zakuson. By the way, like I said, because my contract is not $160 million and not lifetime supply, if you want to sponsor me, okay, like, or maybe you have a business, like maybe Mark Zuckerberg. Mark, are you watching? Like, Facebook can sponsor me, seriously. Let me know. Get in touch with me on the Facebook. Okay, and people, now, let's see, let's do the Russian word of the day. Okay, that tends to be popular, even though I think you people, if you don't speak Russian, you should really go to trained professionals, because learning from me one word a week with 20,000 words, it will take you like 10 billion years, I figure, right? And you'll learn it wrong. So the word for today, Black Friday, Friday. The word for today will be Friday. Пятница. Okay, I know I'm supposed to probably like show some cool card with like how it's written out, but I'll just say пятница. Can you, if you don't speak Russian, can you repeat after me пятница? The reason it's called пятница, by the way, okay, see, I do have some educational wisdoms. It comes from the word пять. Пять means 5, like fünf in German. Don't know why I said that, because it's good enough to say 5. Anyway, so it's like 5th day of the week. Пятый день недели. 5th day of the week means пятница. Okay, good. See, free lessons from Crazy Russian Dad. Okay, and now we're coming to a very interesting part. This is something I have never done. Okay, and I'm glad that millions of people are watching. I am going to have a contest. Okay, I want to give away. Okay, are you ready? Maybe I need some music. Well, I don't have any music. There you go. I am going to give away this nice, can you see this nice t-shirt? On the front, it has do your homeworks. And on the back, it says Crazy Russian Dad. I mean, people, this is like easily $200 on eBay. Okay? By the way, it's new. It's not even gently worn. I did not wear it. Okay, you can win this t-shirt. How do you win this t-shirt? I will tell you. It's not easy, but you can do it. I have full faith in you. Okay, is everybody ready? So I want you to make a video like me. It's not hard. I mean, if a dumb Russian immigrant like me can do it, you can do it. So what's in this video? It can be very short. Basically, just pretend to be me. Pretend to be Crazy Russian Dad, okay? And upload it to my page, facebook.com/Crazy Russian Dad. Have fun with it, okay? Like, and then this t-shirt can be yours, okay? How will we choose the winner? Or maybe a couple of winners if we cannot decide on the best ones, okay? I mean, you can comment on it too, of course, but ultimately I will ask my children to comment on who they think the best impersonation of Crazy Russian Dad is, and then I will send you this t-shirt for free, okay? I'll just need to know your size of your body, you know, for the t-shirt, okay? People, thank you very much. I know you told me not to overstay my welcome, and with that I will be signing off, okay? Thank you so much, Fanatics, and I will talk to you next Saturday, okay? Where's the music? Oh, there you go. Okay, thank you very much, Fanatics. I love you, and good night, okay?